You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button.
I want to start today with LSU football and I guess kind of really the elephant in the room whenever it comes to the bowl game. And that's going to be Garrett Nussmeier at quarterback for LSU. And it's a good elephant in the room, obviously. I mean, let's make that perfectly clear. It's just, it is the main source of intrigue when you talk about this football game. Yes, there's the ability, the opportunity for LSU to get to 10 wins. And that is valuable 100%. We can talk about that a little bit later on today. We can talk about that tomorrow. That is absolutely a goal and something of value in this game. LSU appears to have tremendous buy-in in this football game with the amount of star players that are playing in it, which you don't see a lot in bowl games, obviously, in today's college football. Just look at the other side of the field on the other sideline at Wisconsin. They have opt-outs, a key player on defense and on offense. But the main source of intrigue is Garrett Nussmeier getting his first start at LSU. And with that is going to come great expectation because of what it could potentially lead to. And that's the Garrett Nussmeier era, him taking over, being the heir apparent like everyone has thought he would be throughout this year when he decided to come back and Jaden Daniels, and followed, I should say, Jaden Daniels back to LSU for the 2023 season. So when I sat down today to kind of look at that and what to expect and what's fair, I guess, to expect, that's the question I ran into. What's fair to expect? Because I know every one of us has crafted an opinion on Garrett Nussmeier. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just what's going to happen. And there's been those who were very staunch in Nussmeier's corner. There's been those who, I guess, I don't really want to say weren't. I don't really know if there was anybody that wasn't. And there was, but maybe they existed. And then kind of okay, wait and see. He's in that backup role type thing. There's different sides of the coin to this. So, again, when I wanted to see, okay, what's going to be fair expectations? Well, one of the first questions I asked myself off of that question is, what do we know about Garrett Nussmeier that has helped us form these opinions that we have about him? And when you sit down and you look at it, if you're really being honest with yourself, the answer to that is not much. We don't know that much about Garrett Nussmeier. We know what we think. We know what we think we know. We know what has led us to form these opinions, but it's not that deep. You can go look at the stat sheet of his career and see and say, oh, Garrett Nussmeier's played in 17 games so far in his career at LSU. And that's an accurate number. But if we want to be fair, I mean, when you've actually seen him, 3. The Arkansas game in 2021, which was, the way that was handled was poor from the start. I mean, and we'll get into it, but if you don't remember, Max Johnson was the starting quarterback for LSU. It wasn't going well. People are wondering, okay, when do you give Nuss the shot to start? Well, he didn't start that game. Max Johnson played 2 series, then was pulled. Nussmeier went in. Apparently that was the plan the whole time. And Nuss played the whole game. LSU lost in overtime. He threw a couple of interceptions. It was a horrible spot to put the guy in. He wasn't ready. And it was a pivotal SEC game for LSU at that in that juncture to boot. And that's just not necessarily a fair sample size really to base an opinion off of him there. But that's one of the largest sample sizes that you do actually have. The SEC championship game against Georgia, he played the entire second half. But again, LSU was down 25 points, and Jaden Daniels was hurt when he came into that game. Had a couple nice touchdown passes, had the interception wedged in between them. Ultimately, LSU lost by 20. Really tough spot to ask him to go into. But he played well. The bowl game last year, can we count that? He split time with Daniels, but he only played 4 series because Purdue was so depleted. LSU was just routing them, and then Walker Howard went into the game. But again, touchdown drives, an interception sandwiched in between. And then really the only other one I'd kind of be willing to throw into that category is the Alabama game from this year. And once again, impossible situation really to ask him to go into. And I think that showed in the play that he had. So there's not that large sample size. But what is going to be expected of Garrett Nussmeier is going to be large in this game. And I don't think that's fair. Because there's been so much talk, right, about LSU getting a quarterback out of the portal. And ultimately they did with A.J. Swan from Vanderbilt. And he'll provide great experience and somebody to push, in spring practice and things of that nature. But there was so much around that. And the main pushback was it's Garrett's turn. Give him the go. Again, similar to a Miles Brennan situation, right? Similar, not the same. And because of that, I think so many might look at this game as, all right, we're going to find out everything we need to know about Garrett Nussmeier. And that's not fair. It's also not true. Whatever Garrett Nussmeier does in this game on Monday isn't the be-all, end-all for him to be the starting quarterback at LSU in the future. Good, bad, or indifferent. If Garrett Nussmeier goes out there and does what the cat from USC did last night and throws 6 touchdowns and looks incredible, awesome. I think we'd all welcome that. I know I would. That's what I'm hoping happens. But even if that is the case, that doesn't just solidify him, in my mind, as, okay, spring practice doesn't matter anymore. Garrett Nussmeier's your starting quarterback going forward. Go with it. Same set if he goes out there, struggles, throws 3 interceptions, LSU loses the football game. That's not the be-all, end-all to say, okay, that's it. Spring doesn't matter. Garrett's not the guy going forward. So what is fair to expect from Garrett Nussmeier on Monday? I have 3 things that I want to see. Number 1 is going to be his start. Because this is a moment that he's waited for a very long time. And he has put in a lot of work to get to this moment. And he deserves this moment. But when you look at the moment itself, it's huge. You could say, how? It's just the ReliaQuest Bowl. I understand. But he's taking over for the Heisman Trophy winner who quarterbacked the best offense in college football this year. And outside of 2019, the second best offense we've ever seen at LSU. He's sliding into that. He's going to do it without the regular offensive coordinator because Mike Denbrock's off to South Bend for the 3rd time in his career. And he's going to do it surrounded by a lot of stars with an opportunity for LSU to get to back-to-back 10-win seasons. He's going to want to go out there and make plays immediately from the jump. And he should. Anybody would. Again, that's human nature. But will he press? How does LSU ease him into the game? Whether it be Joe Sloan or Cortez Hankton calling plays, don't know. But I want to see his start. Can he stay within himself? Can he stay within that moment, not let it get too big, and maybe not press early in that football game? Number 2, turnovers, but not in the way that you're thinking. In the same way that I don't think it's fair to say this game determines Nussmeier's future role at LSU, I don't think it would be fair to ask him to go out there and be perfect and not throw an interception in this game. So that's not what I'm looking for. Can he prevent the catastrophic mistake in this football game? That's how you'll really be able to see his decision-making, right? If this is a close game or LSU's even, he's driving to go potentially ice it. LSU's up by a field goal. You go take a 10-point lead late. Can he execute that drive, not throw the interception that potentially swings the momentum for Wisconsin? how does the decision-making look? That is more of what I'm interested in. If Garrett Nussmeier goes out there and throws an interception, oh, who cares? Not all of them are created equal. Can he just avoid the catastrophic mistake in that spot? And third is leadership. Because every single time, whether it be Brian Kelly, whether it be his teammates, the first word out of everybody's mouth when talking about Garrett Nussmeier has been leadership and that he's a great leader. I want to see that on display. So much was made about Jaden Daniels this year and how he kind of grew into that leadership role. They're different guys. Nuss might be a little bit more vocal. But again, Kelly and the players have all talked about leadership, a presence that Nussmeier has. I want to see that on display. Can he command the huddle? If LSU is down late in this game, can he rally the team? How do they respond to him in order for them to go make the plays they need to win the football game? That's going to tell you so much more than just if he goes out there and throws for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. And that will give you the first inclination into, okay, is this the guy for the future? Is it going in the direction that a lot of us think it can with him taking the next step? That's what this game is for. It's your introduction to Garrett Nussmeier. It's not the be-all, end-all of his role and his future at LSU. So for me, that's the fair expectation. The first step, get off to the good start, protect the ball in the sense of not making the catastrophic mistake, and put that leadership that we've heard so much about on display. He'll get his chance Monday, 11 a.m., LSU and Wisconsin, ReliaQuest Bowl, Tampa, Florida.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.